All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here, talking about real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you and just like me. Breaking news about Michael Bolton, the great MB. I am a big fan, believe it or not. I know, right? Who would have thunk that? But it's good news. It's disturbing, but it's also good news. Anyway, T3 Nors right here. Speaking of great singers, hence this is why I decided to show off this. Naked Soul is the name of the album. You got three guys who can sing: Toby Hitchcock, Kent Hilly, and the great Robbie LeBlanc. All three of them should be household names. Kent Hilly right now, probably one of the most sought after melodic rock voices, and Robbie LeBlanc still doing all kinds of great work. I've been promoting pretty much all of their material in different forms. Robbie is currently part of this project called Vital Lines. But man, if you want some great voices, all working together for the common good, it's T3 Nors, Naked Soul. Definitely worth at least one or two. Holy crap, Batmans. As Michael Bolton is probably worth about 100 of those. I got a little tired of Michael back in the day. He was a tad overexposed right around 1990 or so. But man, you go back and listen to like Soul Provider. Just wow. Anyway, here's the breaking news about Michael. So he's recovering from urgent brain surgery. What? Yeah, Michael Bolton is recovering from brain surgery and has postponed his upcoming touring schedule. Now, he's 70 years old. By the way, he sounds fantastic. All right. He's not one of these washed up singers. Nope. It's not embarrassing to listen to Michael. You don't wince when he reaches up for that note. The stuff that I've seen appears to be in the original key. So here's a guy who has been blessed with a great voice. Congratulations, by the way, to the A&R guy back in the early 80s who said, I understand you want to like go on tour with Ozzy Osbourne and stuff. And there's a huge, everybody kind of knows this. People will send me things. You know that Michael Bolton was in this group that featured like Bruce Kulick, and he was a rocker, and he toured with Ozzy Osbourne. I know. I'm just I know people are still going to send me this stuff, but it was brilliant. Whoever said, let's kind of move him over to R&B, a more pop R&B thing with a little bit of rock and roll mixed in. That change of genre turned Michael Bolton into the star that he should have been probably 10 years prior to that. I mean, throughout the 1970s, he was trying to be a star. And I think he even spelled his name the correct way. It's supposed to be Michael Bolton and not Bolton. So I'd have to go back in time to see when he started doing that. I think it's easier to say Bolton than Bulletin, but hey, sounds like Bulletin, right? Bulletin, but that's his real name. So in any event, he says here he was diagnosed with a tumor and was now recovering from the procedure, leaving him no option but to disappoint fans. Again, here's a guy, he's concerned about the fans. You had brain surgery, dude. Don't worry about the fans. The fans can wait. He says, just before the holidays, it was discovered that I had a brain tumor, which required immediate surgery. Thanks to my incredible medical team, the surgery was a success. He's now recuperating at home and surrounded by the tremendous love and support of his family. He added that he'd be spending the next few months focusing on recovery, as would I if I had brain surgery, again, forcing him to take a temporary break from touring. He continued, it is always the hardest thing for me to ever disappoint my fans or postpone a show, but I have no doubt I've been working hard to accelerate my recovery and get back to performing soon. I am beyond grateful for all the love and support you have so generously shown me through the years. Now that I'm keeping your positive messages in my heart, I will give you more updates as soon as I can. By the way, Bolton's former Blackjack bandmate Bruce Kulick who just, I think, quit Grand Funk Railroad, wished him a speedy recovery on social media, as did Paul Stanley. By the way, the connection to Paul Stanley is that they co-wrote the top 10 Kiss song Forever. All right. So when you need a good song, you hit While the Iron is Hot in 1990. Michael Bolton could do no wrong. And by the way, back in 1987, Bolton's breakthrough album called The Hunger featured a couple of guys from Journey. In case you didn't know that story, I think I've already told it a few times, but you had Neil Schon, you had Jonathan Cain. I think you even had Randy Jackson. You had Jan Hammer. Well, I mean, you had this amazing group of people work on that album. Kudos to CBS. And yeah, there was a little rumor briefly that, Perry had departed Journey in 1987. This album comes out in 1987. You got most of Journey on this album, working on it. And Jonathan Cain writing great songs as well. Wait on Love. Go back and listen to that. That's a Kano composition, and it's a good one. And Michael, could he have been the lead singer for Journey? Maybe, but the point being is that that launched his solo career. That was just a brilliant album. And then things for the next few years just went absolute crazy. In fact, people were suing him because he was writing great songs that sounded like vintage Motown music. Love is a Wonderful Thing, which they don't play on the radio anymore. I think they settled the lawsuit. I think people could play the song. It's a great song. I don't care how much it sounds like whatever Motown song. I mean, this is a guy who loved Motown music, who embraced the people who recorded the music. So the fact that he was cashing in on this sound because he was so good at it, I guess it just made people a little bit jealous and greedy, and hence I don't really hear the similarities between the song and the song it was supposedly copying. So that's just my humble opinion. Maybe you hear a direct correlation to it. In any event, Michael Bolton recovering from brain surgery, 70 years old. We wish Michael a speedy recovery as we send our thoughts and prayers out to him and all of his fans who apparently are going to be without him on tour for a little while. All right, before I go, one more time on guys who can sing, much like Mr. Bolton or Mr. Bulletin, T. Nors and their album Naked Soul. These are guys who are right up there with Michael. I don't know if they're better, but they certainly could be big names in the industry if we had an industry. We don't really have an industry. Michael, fortunately, came up through the ranks and did so for 20 years before he became successful and earned his success. And again, back in those days, you could record a couple of albums that were duds and they would keep you on the label and they would bring in more people and they would get better songs. And nowadays, that doesn't really exist. So we can reminisce about the good old days. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to support this channel. I am at my lowest revenue point since 2017, all thanks to the algorithm and the folks over who I work for, which is this platform. And I don't want to badmouth them directly. I'm not sure if they are responsible for this, but I would imagine that something has changed since the early days. So if you like the content here and you want to support me, because that's what you'd be doing, you're keeping this thing going. If it weren't for patrons, I wouldn't be doing this anymore. You've got YouTube memberships, $2.99. You've got Patreon, where you can do as little as $1, or you can do like $500 a month. Say you are a millionaire and you don't want someone else spending your money at the end. So you say, you know what, I'm going to help out the RMO here, because apparently there are people in high places who don't appreciate his hard work. So again, thanks for watching. hard work. No, I really enjoy doing this channel, and I hope you enjoy watching it. I will see you soon, and thanks again.